Beware of who you give your money to and make sure you are reading the fine print. And if you don't understand what you're reading, please pass it on to someone that does. Ask a lot of questions. Do not get got. Hi everyone, this is the Focused Spender and welcome to my channel. On my channel, I teach you how to get out of debt, save more money, and invest so that you can leave a lasting legacy. So, guys, I have to tell you the madness. Partially, it's not really my fault because I didn't get this person signed up, but I wish I had caught it a little bit sooner. It wasn't going to be that much sooner, but I wish I had just caught it a little bit sooner. So my mother had an IRA, or as she calls it, an IRA. So a couple years ago, my mother was like, "Oh, I have this IRA, and I need to get my money out." And I was like, "What are you talking about? Give me the paperwork and I'll look at it." So she gives me the paperwork. I'm looking at the paperwork and I'm like, "Are you sure this is an IRA? Like, do you remember contributing to this?" And she's like, "Yeah," but the name of the company did not seem that official. The letter didn't have a website where she could even log on and look at her information. So I said, "Ma, you need to call them and you need to get the website so we can figure out what this is about because they don't really have good business hours. Like, I don't understand what's going on with this plan that you have." So she finally calls them and they're like, "We don't have a website." Red flag number one. Who doesn't have a website? What? I have a website. What financial institution that's taking money from people does not have a website? So months go by, out of sight, out of mind. We stopped thinking about it. Every so often, my mom would be like, "Oh, we have to look into that account." I'm like, "Okay, let me go find some more paperwork." My mother was living in California and all of her paperwork for this company was going to my sisters. We got more information. My sister was able to update the address and send it to New York. So we finally got more information. But again, some time goes by and we're just not thinking about it. So very recently, I was at my mom's house and she's like, "We have to look into this again." So she gives it to me and I say, "You know what? Let me just Google them myself because maybe by now they have a website." So I Google them, boom, a website pops up and I say, "Perfect, there's a website. We can set up your online account." So I set up the online account and when they ask for the policy number, I look at her paper, I put in the policy number, and of course, they don't know who she is. Wait, what? What do you mean you don't know who she is? So then they give a number for me to call. And the funny thing is the number for customer service on the website and the number on the letter were completely different. And then I look at the contact information for the company and the addresses are different. And not only are the addresses different, the state that they're located in are completely different. And I'm thinking, okay, what the heck is going on? So then I call them and I remember the year prior when I called, they had, like I said, they had weird business hours. You can only call up to 6 o'clock. Monday through Friday. You couldn't call on the weekends, but here it was a weekend and I got through to their automated service, no problem. And they say, put in the birthday, put in the last four of the social, and put in the policy number. I do all of that and they're like, "We don't know who you are." And I'm thinking, what the heck is going on? So then my mom says, "Oh, remember they changed their name." And I'm like, "What do you mean they changed their name?" So when she gave me the paperwork prior, the company had one name. And then when she gave me the updated paperwork, the company had a new name that happened to match exactly the name of a completely established business. They took the name of a completely established business and renamed themselves the same thing. And that's the only reason why I'm not saying the name of the company, because I don't want the reputation of the legit company to be ruined. So the next day was Monday. I called the company from the letter. I used the contact information from the letter and I gave them a call. And I finally spoke to someone. And I'm asking her more information about the policy, if I could get a bank statement, because honestly, my full intent with calling them was just to find out how I could transfer my mother's money over to an IRA that actually has a website, like something legit like Vanguard. So the one thing I brought up to them was that my mom was paying a bill for $125 a quarter, even though she honestly really wasn't paying them. I thought, because my mother really could not remember, I thought she had taken out a loan from her Roth IRA to do something with. And they're like, "No, it's not a loan. It's for your policy." And I'm like, "Oh, does she have an insurance policy on top of the Roth IRA?" And the lady says, "No." So then I say, "Well, what is the $125 fee per quarter for?" And she's like, for her policy. And I said, for her Roth IRA. And she says, yes. So I said, she's paying $125 just to have the Roth IRA once per quarter? And she says, yes. I just have to tell you, my mom does not have a lot of money in that account. And when I say does not have a lot of money, I don't want to share all of her business, but it's less than $20,000. And she's had this account forever. Like, I don't know when she signed up for the account. It was way before I knew anything about money. It was probably before I even went to college. Like, I'm not sure the specifics because she barely remembers when she signed up. She just knows she signed up and there was money out there for her. So basically, she's been spending $600 a year to a company that has done nothing for her. Like, seriously? Her returns aren't significant. They weren't charging a percentage of her account as a fee, like, okay, we're going to charge you 0.05%. So, the fee is just scaled as you increase your account value. They were just charging her this ridiculous fee for no reason. Imagine if my mother was saving $600 a month for the past couple of years, even just saving it. Now, imagine if she was investing it. Like, when I realized what was happening, I was hot. I was so hot. I just said, how do we transfer this money? How do we roll it over to another account? Do I need a form from you? She says, no. Just initiate it with your new company, give them our address, give them our fax number. I made sure I got the updated information. The information was everything that I saw in the account. I asked for an account statement because they're not the best even at sending account statements. And then I said thank you and I hung up the phone, and then I went straight to Vanguard and I opened up a new account. I printed out the paperwork. I'm just waiting for the account statement from this old firm so that I can roll my mother's money over, put it into a fund that's actually going to make her some money that is charging minimum of fees. But let me tell you right now, please do your due diligence when you are signing up for anything that involves investing money. I like to go with very specific companies because they're highly reputable. They don't charge large fees. Vanguard, Fidelity. If you want to be, on your phone, well then go with Betterment. But really do your due diligence and talk to your parents. Talk to your parents because you really need to see where their money is. You might be young and savvy. They might have signed up for something 20, 30 years ago when rules were a little bit more relaxed, governance was shoddy, and their money could be tied up in some nonsense. Please check in, read the paperwork, see the fees, see why you're getting charged fees, question everything, and then move your money to somewhere a lot more reputable. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope no one is charging you fees for absolutely no reason, and you do your due diligence. And that is it. I just wanted to come on and give that quick story. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye.